Ahoy everyone, and welcome back to the channel for a deep dive review of Developer Journal number 28 from Capstan Games. The developers confirmed that October was a month of steady progress across all fronts. Though they did apologise for a slight delay on this journal release due to the seasonal flu hitting some of the team. But despite that setback, they've been hard at work preparing the next production milestones that continue to shape Ahoy's future. This journal brought us several exciting updates, including the release of the Kickstarter Wallpapers reward, the opening of pre-orders for the Ships and Boats catalogue, and a fantastic insider look into the challenging world of sound design with Andrew Van Hassel. As a general project update, the developers highlighted that the team continues to grow in size, which is wonderful news and a direct result of the community's continued support. As mentioned briefly above, the team was happy to announce that the Kickstarter Wallpapers reward, which contains newly captured high-resolution images of the Ahoy fleet and logo, is now officially available to download. The developers prepared this collection exclusively for their Kickstarter supporters as a way of saying thank you for their incredible faith and patience. They ask that supporters make sure they are signed into their Ahoy account to access the download, and they respectfully request that these wallpapers are not shared publicly. The package includes a variety of desktop and phone wallpapers. They've kept the selection focused on the ships for now, but promise that a mixture of vistas, characters and other locations will be added in the future as development continues. Are you looking for a squadron to join in anticipation of Ahoy? Then consider the Antigua Squadron. Join me in a disciplined, organised naval unit for the upcoming MMO Ahoy. Founded in 2025, our mission is to create a welcoming, serious fun environment where teamwork and strategic improvement come first. We seek dedicated, team-first captains committed to competitive naval gaming and inclusivity. Help us build a successful and approachable squadron. You must be 16 plus to join. Ready to serve? Apply via Discord, or visit our website at theantiguasquadron.co.uk. Part 1. The Ships and Boats of Ahoy. Next up, we have an exciting physical companion volume. Pre-orders are officially open for the Ships and Boats of Ahoy Volume 1. This is a limited run publication that will serve as a detailed catalogue of Ahoy's growing fleet. The book documents the vessels featured in the game, with detailed commentary, historical context, and high-resolution imagery straight from the game engine. Each section explores the origins of the ships, providing insight into both their real-world inspiration and the process of faithfully reconstructing them within Ahoy. The developers' focus, as always, is on authenticity and clarity, promising rich illustrations, diagrams, and period references. The developers confirmed this will be a limited print run. They do not expect to reopen orders once the book moves to press, so if you want a copy, you are strongly encouraged to pre-order now at book.ahoy.gg. If you supported the project via Kickstarter at a tier that already included this physical book, there is nothing more you need to do. Your copy is already reserved. Part 2. Field Recording and Foley. Now for the highlight of the journal, the deep dive into audio. This month, sound designer Andrew Van Hassel shared a fascinating glimpse into his process of capturing the real-world sounds that will bring Ahoy's world to life. Andrew detailed the sheer difficulty of capturing clean audio for an 18th century setting in our loud, modern world. He quotes himself often saying, "Why won't the world shut up for a second so I can get this sound?" He explains that living in a bustling city makes finding natural audio captures a real challenge. He often has to plan small trips, carefully assessing maps and even hiking for hours to get to what he thinks is a perfectly isolated spot. But even after setting up his gear and placing his mics, there's always an intrusion, a speedboat, hikers, or a tugboat. Andrew emphasises that for Ahoy, every sound needs to be isolated. No distant cars, no droning modern boats, and no background chatter. While there are software which can help clean up recordings, he notes that this often comes with a sacrifice to the quality of the final product, potentially losing a tiny element of a wave sound's low-end presence. Despite the challenges, he finds the process truly rewarding, describing it as a form of meditation to sit as quiet as possible and listen to the sounds of our natural world. For the audio enthusiasts, Andrew provided a look at his current field setup: a Zoom F3 recorder, a couple of EM272Z1 capsule clippy mics, a pair of Rode NT5s, and a Sennheiser MKH416 shotgun mic. He mentioned that he's looking to get a figure 8 polar pattern mic for mid-side recording in the future. Once the sessions are over, he backs up his SD cards immediately, follows a good naming convention, and then starts cleaning up the audio before moving into the sound design portion. He makes it clear that audio has to go with the flow of the game's features, and he always tries to record, design, and implement with the idea of a scalable game strongly in mind. Part 3: Motion Capture Progress and Cocked Hats. Next, let's check in on the motion capture progress. The developers have been busy preparing the mocap space for the arrival of Vicon's engineers. This visit will be the final calibration step before they can begin full production of the motion capture sessions. In the meantime, Justin has been refining the in-house stereo facial tracking head rig and expanding the live link pipeline between the face rig and body capture systems. Justin detailed some of the technical challenges, explaining that they need a constant visual reference of what they are tracking during a session. Right now, they are using off-the-shelf bridges to link the streamed feed to Unreal Engine's Live Link, which introduces about a second delay between capture and display. Justin is working on replacing this with a custom software to reduce the latency as much as possible. He also clarified why they aren't streaming both camera feeds. It's simply too much data over Wi-Fi, resulting in drop frames and latency. Ultimately, only one camera is needed for the live feed visual guide, but dual camera recording is used for final animation result. It sounds like we should expect to see more of Justin 2 messing around in mocap in the coming months. Cocked Hat Update. Great news for physical rewards. The Kickstarter Cocked Hats are now entering production. The team noted a small delay due to materials and needing the Kickstarter survey responses for sizing, but they are now fully steam ahead. These hats are handmade by their historical advisor and friend, F. Dean Hatmaker. The developers promise to continue to keep supporters updated with the progress of all digital and physical rewards. Part 4: Ship Price Report and Q&A Session. To finish off the progress report, the developers shared a final teaser, a sneak peek behind the curtain of the next ship to be added to the Ahoy fleet. And now let's wrap up with the Answering Your Questions segment. What kind of shot will we have access to during combat, and how detailed will the damage models be? The developers confirmed we will have access to a full range of ammunition types: round shot, chain shot, bar shot, grape, and canister. Each will have distinct ballistic characteristics and situational advantages. For example, chain and bar shot are great for mass and rigging, but lose velocity quickly. Damage modelling in Arena will follow a layered approach, tracking hull, mast and rigging integrity alongside visual damage. The key point is that a ship can look completely battered yet still fight on if her core mechanical integrity holds. When joining the Navy, will you start as a captain or as a crewmate on an AI or player ship? In the open world, players will begin as midshipmen, training aboard a Navy vessel before progressing towards their lieutenant's exam. Once passed, you receive your first commission. Rank in Ahoy is earned through service, merit and reputation, rather than being instantly granted. Privateers and merchant captains will of course follow unique progression paths. Will NPC crew be fully individual and customizable, or will they function more as a unit? In the open world, every member of your crew will exist as an individual, with a name, a face, and an identity. Where you'll manage them primarily as divisions and watches, discipline, fatigue, and morale will all tie into this framework. Player uniforms can be customised within constraints, and the developers confirmed both sailors and civilians ashore share the same underlying system for individuality. How will Ahoy balance historical accuracy with inclusion for the benefit of 21st century player base regarding female characters? The developers have stated that players will have complete freedom to create female characters in Ahoy. When serving aboard ship, player uniforms will remain consistent with the period's regulations, meaning female player characters will appear wearing the same attire and presenting as officers or sailors of their station. The distinction between life at sea and life ashore allows players to express identity without undermining the historical environment the team is committed to portraying. That wraps up our detailed review of Developer Journal number 28. Thank you all for sailing by and checking out the latest progress on Ahoy. Let me know in the comments below what system you are most excited about. Keep an eye out on my Twitch for weekly streams and visit my socials to stay up to date. We'll see you next time.